Peace, 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 peace. What's going on, brothers and sisters? The sun rises. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Amun. You know what? You know what I realized? The money makes the power. Money makes the power. Money makes the power. You just a follower. You hear what I said? Money makes the power and we just a follower. That's all we're doing. We're following the money and we think we know what we're doing. We all have a survival mechanism skill to survive. We will plant seeds, we pretend to be, but in reality, we don't give a shit. We're faking it, we acting it, we pretending it, but that's not who we really is. Some of us are good and better than others. Some of us are great, but greater than others. Some of us magnificent than others, because you can never see what their true potential and what they truly all about. When people are showing their true identity, they're going to literally sit there and say, yo, that ain't me. When you live with somebody for a long period of time, you begin to see some of that identity. Is it going to be worthwhile? Is it going to be worth the travel? Because we all traveling in a journey. We all traveling to the journey. Where you going? How you going? You ain't leaving the earth. The journey is until the day we die. What we going to make of our lives? Some people don't care what they doing. What the little they got is greater than nothing. Some people look for materialistic things for greatness. Greatness that makes them to be, in their own mind, successfully. But let me tell you this. At the end of the day, when you lay in that box, are you thinking how much you've done? Was it necessary? You put all this emphasis on trying to be great, but in the next 100 years, no one is going to remember who you is. No one's going to remember you 100 years from now. So if you're 50 and you happen to live another 20 to 30 more years, if that, still in 100 years, they're not going to remember you. How many people remember Marcus Garvey? How many people remember Malcolm X? How many people remember Harriet Tubman? How many people remember the gutter wars? How many people remember Nat Turner? How many people remember W.E.B. Du Bois? Now, some people begin not to remember who was Muhammad Ali. We don't talk about these things no more. We don't put them in our octals in our minds and tell our children about the greatness of these people, what they've done on this earth. The sacrifice that they have done to become who they have become. Sometimes they did not want to become who they became. But they were leaders in our minds to be successful in the things they did. Did they outright try to be this way? I don't know. You don't know. But we have put them on a pedestal to look at them as heroes. Martin Luther King, the Black Panthers, and many, many more. Who's the new leader? Who's the next one? Who are the next group of people that we're going to sit up there and say, hey, I've learned from them. Who's the next one? Who is the next great leader that we will be able to be proud of? Who's the next great woman? Because society is trying to tell you, you can be who you want to be, but at the same time, you better not ever scrutinize what we created. As a group of people, we used to fight the power, fight the power. But now we're a group of people, we're going against everything we used to believe. You got a group of people who sit up here and say, this is the way to do it. Go along with the way it is. You got another group of people saying, why I got to go along with that when I can be going along doing what I want over here? Then you got another group of people who says, I don't want nothing to do with none of that, because my way is the better way. But in reality, you better not mess with that money. That dollar bill is God. That dollar bill is your friend. That dollar bill is your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin. That dollar bill. Let's everybody make money. Why are we trying to confuse our minds, confuse the things we got to do, confuse the way we need to live? Are we trying to make this money, or are we just keeping things confused? I mean, am I under construction of the way the world's going to be, of the new world society? Am I under this construction of, it seems that I can do what I want, but unless I come out of line or out of balance, then you're going to smack me back in line to make sure that you're going to be like that, stay like that, act like that, and become like that. I don't have a problem with your religion. I don't have a problem with your politics. I don't have a problem to your sex. I don't have a problem with however you want to live. I don't have a problem with that. But I might not understand what you're saying, because what you're saying, it makes sense and it don't make sense. But guess what? This person over there, and the person over there, this person over there, they don't get what you're saying. Because they don't get what you're saying, so now they have an attitude constructing to trying to be a magnitude of defending the way of life. The way of life to what they believe is correct, what they think is right, what they know is right, only into their concept of world. As an individual who think like that. Because we don't think as a family, we don't think collectively, we think individually. And because we think individually, we don't have the same harmony. Because we don't have the same harmony, well, this is why we have all these problems. You got 50 million churches all over the world. And that's just hypothetically. But here in America, here in certain communities, you can have 5 to 10 churches on a 5 radius block. Or let's put it this way. In 1 mile, you can have 5 to 10 churches. Different organizations, different beliefs. But they're all supposed to believe in the Almighty Creator, which we call God. Some call him God, some call him Jehovah, some call him Allah. Which one is it? Oh my goodness. We got so creative. We could do whatever we want, but we can still confused in the simplest form of calling the Creator. What name to call him. But we all got to have our own opinions and theories and how we want to preach, spew out this information, and there's now come confusion. Because your way is not the right way, but your way is wrong, but his way, I don't like it. Her way, you're saying too much. What are you talking about? I'm confused. Who are we? What are we doing? Are we free from ourselves? Are we free from society? Are we free from our own lies? Are we free from our own delusionist world? Hypocritical type of world that we live in. We live in a world that it is what it is. You don't have no money, so you can't control it. It depends on the level where you at. The richest of the richest. Oh, you think you're rich, or you think you'll be able to tell us what to do when you want to do it? Oh, I don't think so. I'm going to make you a mockery. I'm going to let the world know that because you got rich and because you got money, that you think you're going to be able to walk around here and do what you want. No, I'm going to spank you in the hand, break you down, let the world know that you ain't moving nothing. Did that just happen? Did that just happen? So to live free in the mind, you need to leave all these things on. You got to watch who you're with. You got to watch who you're talking to. You got to watch who you're explaining yourself to. Because everybody has their own opinion about what they want to say, when they want to say it, how they want to do it. Because everybody want to have their own opinion, guess what? They might agree with you to a certain point, but in reality, in their mind, they don't really give a shit. They don't really give a shit, simple fact, because it's this. I have my own opinion. But at one time, we all had a collective opinion. At one time, we formed a circle, which is a cipher. And we all debated in that circle. And it can last for days until we came to a conclusion, so the whole entire tribe can move forward into whatever destination we need to be. But living in today's society, you can't collectively sit down and talk, because we've got so over emotional about every little string of hair, every skin color, every word you say can hold you accountable. And someone want to sit there and say, this is what you're not supposed to do. But at the same token, the same people who tell you that, when no one's around and they believe they're safe in their own environment and their own people they're around, they will say whatever comes out their mouth. And this is where it becomes the biggest hypocrite in the world. When you want to stop someone else from living a certain way they want to live, and they got to become bound to what you want them to live. And when they want to live the way they want to live, then you put a halt. It looks like people are living the way they want. It looks like that. But it will not be like that. And matter of fact, it really is not like that. If you're not living in the jungle, if you're not living in the rainforest or the bush, however you want to call it, with the tribe, with that nation, which they still exist, you are living under construction rulership. That's why you can't say so much on social media. It's because they give you a platform. How do they block you? They will block you. Other people can press a button and say, I'm blocking him or her. Because they don't want to hear nothing what you got to say. That gives them a freedom to block you. And if they want to block you, they will block you. So, brothers and sisters, gods and goddesses, kings and queens, what you think you know is you know a little something, but what you don't know It's because you choose not to know. I am Chocolate Amun, and this is one of my special editions. Peace. It's not even about waking up anymore, because you're already woken. You choose not to listen.